Okay. Going to first start off with the template. So we just need to film this at the same time of doing this, so pardon me. The point of these live streams are going to be that if you have any questions while I'm in the middle of filming, you can ask and I'll be able to answer. So always like getting different We're going to put this one aside for right now. Alright. Probably going to get a different angle here. Hello. Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, luckily, I believe somebody made a comment saying that they wanted me to make Zoro's blades. Welcome, Francisco, by the way. So, yeah, I've just been making the templates, so now that I'm done, I can start live streaming it as I'm filming it, because I felt like it's going to be a lot, easier for me to be able to actually show people a lot more about my process. So, yeah, welcome. There you go. It's just like one of those things where I'm going to be filming while I'm doing this live stream anyway, just so then that way, like, people can chime in during the live streams, but then they can kind of like see the more close-up process of it. So yeah, okay, that's what I was like wondering, because I was like, that sounds very familiar. But yeah, well, thank you for the suggestion. So decided to take it because I am definitely wanting to get caught up on One Piece, and I know it's super hot right now. So I mean, not just because I love the series, but it's but since we're also coming up to the final arc too, I felt like it might be really good to hop on something for my channel that is hot and relevant, so that way I can get potentially more people to the channel if I pick something that's hot, but also something that I wanted to do. But yeah, so thanks for the suggestion. Especially since it's like also 3 full swords. So So that is three full videos right there. Ah, yeah, I've been trying to deal with that. Let me try this out here. You can hear the music though, right? Decibels a bit and see how that goes. Kevin Consoles, Julian, how's it going? Good to see you. I'm currently raising the decibels on inside of OBS, so we'll see how this turns out. Just let me know if it is actually working for us. If you guys can actually hear it, or if it's getting too loud, or if it starts clipping. Yeah. Hear the music? Okay. If I bring the music down just a little bit, is that better? Maybe a tick, okay. Yeah, just want a little bit of you know, some like lo-fi ambiance. Oh wow, that's been recording this whole time. Oh man, that's gonna be a long clip to have to cut out, but oh well. But yeah, thanks for being here. So I just got back from Anime LA, so I am a little tired, but I am definitely really motivated to get directly into the next project, especially after seeing all the other great cosplays that are out there. So it's like whenever you see, you know, other people's work, it just, you know, gets you motivated to start making your own and just continue the process. But yeah, how you guys been? Up a little? Okay. The lab mic. Bring it up. Just a little bit more. There. You've been cosplaying a little bit more, over a year? Nice. Is it just me or does the... I don't know why that seems a lot darker. This this top-down camera? What's up with that? Like, is it just me or just does it seem a lot darker than the other camera? Ugh. No, that didn't work. Maybe if I bring up the... Oh god, that's like too much. Oh, just recently cosplayed as Mihawk? Ooh, yeah. That's awesome though. The yeah, it is definitely, that is definitely a really, really big blade. hopefully that's a little bit better. But yeah. Yeah, I remember Mihawk's sword being very, very big. Um, Especially since I got to see it in the live action show. That was one long sword. I think the biggest problem that I have with California conventions is that a lot of them are a lot more. They're a lot more strict when it comes to props, where they're starting to, like really, like Anime Expo being one, which, by the way, I'm kind of done with Anime Expo. I don't really want to go to that anymore because it's just way too much money, and then can't really get into any of the panels that you want anymore. Anime LA is really nice and intimate, and it's a nice little place. Really had a lot of fun there. But what was I saying? Oh, like a lot of places don't allow metal to be in your props at all, like not even for structural support. And so I'm just like, God, all right, that just makes my life a whole lot harder, because if somebody ever wants to commission me to make something, I have to be cautious of that. And yeah, so that's been a bit of a bummer. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we so far have that. So let's see. Oh my goodness. Gave me the Mihawk sword for the cosplay, but it's actually metal forged and it weighs 35 plus pounds. Whew. Yeah, I would feel canon too while using that. Oh my goodness. Did he like buy it, or did he forge it himself? Cause that is one tremendous feat there. Okay. I've already done some shots with that overhang right there. Gonna put this on now. Get it close up. Is Mihawk your only cosplay that you've done? There we go. Dang it. This lens is way too heavy for this body, or for the stand here. Stop moving. Eep. Apologies. There we go. Okay. Just want to change up the shot a little bit, mainly just because when I go to edit this, and this is going to be out there, I feel like watching the same static shot over and over and over again is not really like that stimulating when you're watching something, especially when you're wanting to learn. And I feel like it's best to get all different angles and shots as much as possible. But yeah, soon we'll have this one done, which is going to be the white one that he got from his child friend, Sensei's kid, right? Then we gotta do the cursed one that he got at the sword smith in that town, the one where he like left out his arm and tried to get himself cut, but it didn't cut him, which means that the sword had accepted him. So that's gonna be the second one, and then the last one. The last one's gonna be a doozy, and that one's gonna be Enma, which is the most current story arc that's going on at the moment, which I still need to get caught up. But where I'm at right now, he just got the sword, so there's still a bit that I need to learn about that one specifically. So, but yeah, because I know that Zoro's had tons of swords, but it's kind of like, okay, what are the most current ones that he has right now? Oh, and then he gave it to you. That's nice. What a bro. Oh, no worries. Please do. Excuse me. I'm always down to check out other people's cosplays. Yes, there we are. Yeah, so I decided I wanted to do those 3 that he currently has, because the one that he ended up getting from Thriller Bark, he ended up giving back to the original owner. So now, but he ends up getting Enma in exchange. So, okay, awesome. All right, so we have the template cut out, and hopefully I can at least get through the process of getting the blade out. Mainly just because my kids are currently like taking their nap, and then once they wake up, that's when I'll have to pause momentarily. But hopefully I can actually do another stream later tonight, after they go back to bed, and then keep going. But yeah, typically with the samurai blades, I start off with this section first, get it all shaped out, because it's a lot easier to have this piece on the carbon fiber stick and be able to sand it down on the belt sander, because if I put this handle and the Suba on, then it makes it almost impossible for me to sand down. So we're gonna get started with that, and switch back over to this angle right here. What conventions have you gone to, Francisco? Starting off with this one here. Okay. I just have to take small little clips here and there just to kind of show where I'm going. Oh, I just got this new piece of foam here. Oh, you've been a guest cosplayer. That's awesome. To be honest, like, low-key? No, not even low-key. High-key. I'm a little jealous. I definitely want to get to the point where I can, well, one, like, I really want to make this my, kind of like my side gig, that eventually, you know, if, you know, God willing, we can have it become my full-time job. I would absolutely love that. Because I love cosplay, and I love teaching others. And if I can actually be able to do that, that's going to be the biggest W for me. Used to do like a whiskey YouTube channel, but the problem is that with whiskey, because it's alcohol, I can't monetize off of that. So, not saying I'm doing it for the money or anything like that, but it is also kind of like, I do need to, you know, find a way to make a living off of it if I love it that much. Oh, jeez. Let's see. Trying to not show. I'm not trying to dox myself by having the address show up on the on stream. So excuse me. But yeah, this cosplay is from Cosplay Pros. Since TNT cosplay is going out, I definitely I'm excited to try this this foam out. Apparently, they Cosplay Pros source from the same company that TNT Cosplay did, which TNT Cosplay for the longest time was a staple in the cosplay community, and I always appreciated their level of involvement in the community, as well as just their great products as well. So even though it's sad to see that they're shutting their doors very, very soon, probably like in the next couple days, but or at least their online store is, and the physical one had already shut down, I believe, or closed. But I'm also not in Texas either, so I don't know if they'll be able to open back up anytime soon, but hopefully they do. But oh, this is cool. All right, so let's definitely take a look at this, because the different places that I've gotten foam from a lot of different places. TNT Cosplay being my favorite one, and then the places that I end up going to when I'm really on a con crunch is Hobby Lobby. I don't know why I just could not think of that name at all. But yeah, Hobby Lobby is the next closest place where I can get big rolls of foam. But the quality of the foam is definitely different, and of course for maybe for some out there it's like, oh, it's just format foam. Why is there that big of a difference? And yes, there is. Mainly because some of them will have a lot of imperfections with holes, and because it's porous, it's got small little holes in it, and that's just more work that I have to clean up afterwards. Okay, I'll leave a review. But yeah. Oh, God. Stay. Yeah, it's all about the process. It's all about the grind. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. And same for you. If you were looking to have this be a full-time gig as well, were you wanting this to be a full-time thing? Because I've definitely tried talking with some other cosplayers while I was over at Anime LA, and they said that this was definitely not their full-time job. Like, that's one that they wanted to do, but it's something that they want to do, but they just feasibly can't at the moment. And I'm just kind of thinking like all the different avenues of getting there. So let's see. I kind of don't even remember what I wonder if it comes with a. Okay. I know that I have this. I kind of need to remember, because I ordered this a while ago. I need to see what the let's see. I need to see what the invoice was. That way I can see which foam was what. Excuse me. Because normally for the blades, I end up doing the ultra high density for the blade itself, because that's going to have the most amount of detail. Then I'll use like the normal high density for everything else on it. So the ultra high density is the gray one, so we're going to be using that for the blade. But yeah, all about using recycled materials for my props. Oh hey, that's a great route to go. Definitely like kudos to you for being more eco-friendly than than I ever could. I also I mean the problem I guess with what I do for my props though is that I also use leather, which I know you know tanning and things like that aren't necessarily the best for the environment, but yeah, you know it's also kind of like, well, if there's going to be like the meat industry and the leather that's left over is a byproduct of that, then might as well use it rather than have it just go directly into the trash. Let's see. But I respect you for taking that step and doing a very responsible route of doing the your cosplay, especially if you're able to do it without having to spend much or money at all. That's great. That is very commendable. So I'm using my heat gun right now to heat up the foam right now, so then that way I can lay it down, because I want to make sure that I can lay it down flat. Because if it comes up at all, then the template is not really going to help me out there at all. So I might as well just record this little bit right here, just for a second. And this is all going to be 6mm EVA foam here. Okay. As long as if it's not as curled up as it was before, I have a couple of paperweights that I can use to keep them down. Awesome. Okay. So you said you also use cardboard too, right? I have not ever used cardboard for any of my props yet. So because I was kind of like more of like, oh, how am I going to be able to kind of like have it last throughout the day? But I have seen some other YouTube channels that have great success with the you know what, I think for I have a bunch of gray Sharpies, because typically my EVA foam is black, but it still has some left on here. Oh shoot, I just realized I said I needed to put the paperweight on there. There we are. And then if I put it directly on that, then it shouldn't move on me. But yeah, going back to what you said, like you had been asked as a special guest to be at a con. That is something that I would love to do. Any excuse really for me to be able to go to more cons would be fantastic. Okay. Just to save as much as I can, go ahead and put that right there. Oh shoot. So what cons do you typically go to? Like what are the names? gosh. What the heck? Come on. This the Sharpie has like dried out so much. I don't know if you can see that there. It is like super like just worn down, but yet it still works. I'm like very, very surprised. Cause my silver Sharpies tend to just like immediately dry out, and then I just can't use them anymore. Yeah, yeah, I definitely understand the guy part. Yeah, that is true. Oh, and it's different because it's an international con. Yeah, yeah. I mean, definitely from this past gig from or like con from anime or from anime Los Angeles. I definitely want to get back into shape again for sure. Cause yeah, like you said, it's not a part of it is actually, you know, really kind of like shallow looks really. But let's see. But that's why I'm like hoping that if I go kind of like the route of the teacher rather than like being the person who's like super fit and there's a couple of cosplayers that I do follow, and they also do other things, um, but they also have like six-pack abs, and I'm like I've never had that before, so well, maybe at some point I'll have them, but just gotta work at it. So for this shot, I'll do long shot here, get to about halfway, then I'll switch it around. Okay, that's it's like I want to do more masquerades because I feel like that's going to be a great way to not only show off what you're able to do, but then also uh, just be able to meet and network with other great cosplayers. Okay, so I'll explain this in the video, but whenever I do any of my templates, I cut on the outside of the Sharpie line because I'm going to be sanding anyway. So if I'm going to be sanding, then it's just better to have all that extra meat, I guess, that you can sand down and there's not going to be that big of an issue. Okay. Now I do always like doing the close-up shots because if I had the ability to do some of those videos that are all like ASMR, like the ones that people are renovating like old stuff, and all you hear is just like the tools and the materials, and there's like no talking or anything like that. That'd be awesome. But as far as like a tutorial goes, that doesn't really help when you don't actually explain anything. one piece cut out. Nice thing about the smooth on both sides foam is that you can just cut out two of the same pieces and not have to flip it over like some of the other EVA projects that I used to do where the floor mat has the texture on one side. I can just get by cutting out two of the same exact thing and be good. I gotta put tape underneath this thing. It's moving. Is it still in focus? Okay, cool. So 60 plus pounds before you were eligible. No way, really? That was a requirement? Oh, dude, congratulations. That is an amazing feat to be able to get yourself a six-pack abs. I've been overweight for majority of my life, so I feel like getting that would be something that would be really difficult to do, especially since when I was younger, I did do Jenny Craig, which is a weight loss program, and I ended up losing 100 pounds, got myself to 145 pounds from 250, and it was awesome that I was able to do it, but because I had been overweight for a majority of my life, I had a lot of excess skin, and I had to do, sorry, I know, disgusting, but then I had to do a surgery to cut off the excess because it was causing issues or pain because it was just sitting there on my stomach. So I think it was like a hernia or something like that. So they had to cut it out for medical reasons. So I was like, hey, at least there was that. But okay, so we have two pieces there. Oh yeah, I mean, my wife is also kind of like, oh, you're wanting to get into shape just for cosplay. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, if it's still a motivation to get me into shape, then I'd say let me have it. Because like if there's like a costume or a character that resonates with me a lot, and having the thought or the idea that I can become that character, really motivates me, at least. So I'm hoping that I can lose that weight and be able to get to that point. So, but as of right now, I think I'm just focusing on the training aspect of cosplay until I can get there. Okay, so now there we go. That's flat. Woot! That's flat. Whew. All right. Let's see. Yeah, your dad is an anime character. Yeah, and then it'll be also one of those things too where it would if I could, obviously it's a little difficult to take like small little ones to a con right now because there's a lot of revealing costumes out there. So my wife is like, oh, you can take them, but like just not now. It's as of right now, it's not the best time to do it. So we'll wait until they're a little bit older, and then once they can understand what's going on, then it can be a little bit better. But as of right now, we kind of have to wait until they get older. But that's okay. Let's see. What is that? Oh. Let's see. Oh, that's right. Okay. I have carbon fiber rods that I use for my builds. They're over here. Ugh. My shop is so small. Luckily, I have enough of these carbon fiber rods that I can be able to make the rest of his swords. I have 4, and so since he has 3, it's perfect. Okay, come on. The one part that I need to figure out though is like how am I gonna lay the carbon fiber rod in the middle of the foam. So this has kind of like been my workaround. So there's a lot of like drone. There's been a lot of drone, or there's a drone website that for hobbyists. Sorry, there's a hobby website for people who have drones and RC cars and things like that, and they use carbon fiber rods. And so, luckily, they have these carbon fiber rods that are really cheap, and I'm able to just like order a bunch of them. But this gets around the whole metal as a support thing. So yeah, at least I have that. Okay, there we go. Is that in the way? Okay, I don't want it to be in the way. There we go. All right. So 4mm rod. Okay. Now, if I bring this up like this, if it go like this, okay, there we go. Now we can actually see the full thing. But that needs to be tightened down. Okay, cool. Pardon me. All right. Haha, there we go. It's stuck. All right. So, what I will have to do is try and figure out this. Because if I lay this down, it is a curved blade, but it is completely straight, and carbon fiber can't bend, or at least you can bend it, but it will go right back to where it was. So that's one problem. So I'm kind of thinking maybe just making a trench in the foam. That is going to be my best bet. And I'll just have to line it up the best I can. Oh, really? Yeah, cons are not that family friendly. Yeah, so it really depends on which con you're going to. So yeah, that's definitely going to be one big factor for sure. Because the problem is that if I cut out a trench, it'll just make the sword straight. And so I think what I need to do is kind of just have it be pretty much here. But I know I can use armature wire, but downside to that is that it is metal. So if they happen to find it out, yeah, it's steel. So if I do that, like, yes, I can take this and, you know, put it in here, and even if it does bend, you can bend it right back. But and the thing is that I've tried cutting that before, the this, but oh, I guess I could do 2-part epoxy. I haven't done that yet. I can try that and see how well that does. Maybe do like a test piece and see how well that does, because I have stuff like this where it's 2-part clear epoxy. See how that goes as far as like making it really like sturdy. I think that's kind of what I have to do here, just to kind of keep a, you know, somewhat of a pretty solid solid structure going on, but I can't bend the carbon fiber. So let's see. Okay. Oh, I didn't put it in. Jeez. It's right here. But yeah. Yeah, Francisco, what is the name of your social media, so I can take a look at it? Okay. Oh, shoot. Come on. No, I don't want you to do that. Okay. It's not moving. I was also thinking too, maybe like modeling a resin core to go in there, and then that way it can actually be bent. That would be nice. But I think we need to figure out how I can do this. Okay. Sorry, just give me a second here. I'm trying to figure this puzzle out. Cause I've tried. Well, the last time I did this, I did super glue, and that broke, and so it was just a piece of, like, I had it broken off into multiple different sections of the blade here. But you know what? I'm just gonna give it a shot and see if it works. If not, then I'll try something else with the second sword that I do. So we'll do that. Okay, once it gets to the point where I think I need to cut, I'll do this. I'll make a cut with that, and then piece together with the. And I did. I guess while I have it here, I'll also even mark where I plan on having it stay. Okay. Because that's going to be the first piece. And then, okay, so we got that. Now I need to cut this out. Alright. Gotta make way for this here. Shoot. Oh, Guts Sword? Yeah. I was actually thinking about doing that, or doing Guts from Berserk, but it is a big one. It is one big boy. What are you going to be doing for the support on the inside of it, because it's so big? That's what she said. Oh wow, perfect. I got that right on the money. Do not focus anywhere else. Okay. All right. Message from your photographer saying that. It's like, well, there's a lot of different lenses out there that will be able to do what you need to do. It is, like on this one right here, I'm using a wide angle lens for most of my shots, just so I can get everything in the in the frame. Bring that back down. Okay, so now that that's going to be there, I do need to map out the other part of where this is going to be. So if this is going to be like this, I gotta put it like this. Okay. Okay. Same thing. Apologies if this is too loud. Okay. There we go. Then I have it here. Great. All right. Next part is mapping out the rest of this. Okay. First part is about 9 inches. Second part is about 10 inches. And then the last piece, we need to basically put this underneath it to figure out where we're going to have to cut. So okay, so I'm going to cut to about here. I know, it's like when you're when the video comes out, it's a lot easier to watch because everything's going to be cut out, but so apologies, this is kind of like the most boring part, I guess. Okay. So supported, you use the PVC pipes and a couple metal rods. Yeah, hope it's looking pretty solid, because I think the problem with big swords, like when I made Cloud's Buster sword from Final Fantasy VII, is that when I talk, I feel like that there's always the that's what she said moment, but you know, the bigger and longer it is, the harder it is for you to be able to hold it on one end, and it's, but I think you get what I mean. Just because with all that weight, it ends up drooping down in the front. There's no easy way of saying that. Got it. Should not be bringing that in. Okay. Sweet. There it is. All right. So, I think what I need to do now, because we're gonna do the transfer this at a different time. Glue all this together. Okay. Oh. Popsicle sticks. Where are you? There you are. All right. So I kind of have to piece it together one at a time and make sure that they're fully cured, and then go from there. We're going to meet at the slant like this. Let's see. I could probably bring this down a little bit. Try this again. So it's supposed to be like that. So, what we need to do. This stuff is like really sticky. Damn. My shop is unorganized. I'll admit that. Need to get. Let's see. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, it's definitely something that that I've always liked doing, and hopefully I can do a lot more. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. Oof. Okay, there we are. Sweet. So we'll go ahead and start mixing these two-part components. This is a 1-to-1 ratio. I only have to use a little bit because it's just, you know, gluing these few pieces together. So it's not that big of an issue here. Hopefully I can work with it for enough time that it will. Shoot. Just kind of need that to kind of like set up. It's gonna go here. Yeah. So I'm just gonna leave it right there. I'll probably have to get it to probably gonna have to hold it here until it finally like takes shape. It's just kind of like dang, if I can. I'll just leave it right there because I feel like that's good. I'll just have to rip off the piece after that point. So we'll let that go. I know that that's gonna have to do other side too. So when do you think you might? Oh, forgot to put the mic back on. Okay, there we are. Yeah. So do you? When do you think you might get the guts all done? I will do that. That way it'll set. And then we can actually get with the next pieces. Okay. There we are. Okay. Awesome. Looks like we are good here. Just kind of waiting for this to get done settling. I know that that's going to probably take a bit of time because the curing time for this process is going to take at least a few hours to do. But other than that, though, thank you so much for being here. I gotta let this dry. So probably after the kids go to bed, I just got a text from my wife saying, "Hey, I gotta go put them to bed now." So we will go ahead and pause for right now, but maybe we'll be back on later tonight. Okay? So good to see you, Francisco and Julian. Thank you so much for coming into the chat. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming in. All right. So I will see you guys hopefully a little bit later, or if not, like if I'll try and see if I can stream a lot more, at least this whole process here. But it's gonna be a bit of time. I know it's gonna take a bit, but thanks for bearing in with me, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. Okay, bye.